for me personally, it just told me that AD's kind of like he has a ceiling. He's not the guy you can hand over the keys to after LeBron is gone, because he doesn't have the heart, he doesn't have the motor, and he can't take on the responsibility, which is not a bad thing. I'm not trying to denigrate him. He's just a different kind of basketball player. He's a different kind of cat. He does things his own way. He's doing it defensively. He's like, I can contribute only one way. My body can only take my pound in one way. I can only do this defensively. I can't give you both ways. As a two-way player, I'm just a one way. I have to decide what way I'm gonna play today. Yeah, alternative days they call them. So it's just like
alternative ways.
Yeah, you have to decide what you want. You have to decide what poison you want with AD. I think LeBron tried to really defer to him this playoffs, and AD did step up. 2 series, Memphis, it was amazing, and Golden State, he basically stopped the dynasty. Well, it ended the dynasty.
For now,
yeah. So you can't question him this playoffs, but in the moment yesterday when LeBron needed him just to come through a little bit more, he just wasn't there. It wasn't there to.
I'm happy that they both were able to go through this first fit. But like you said, Eddie lacks the motor, lacks the extra energy, just lacked that extra gear. Like when Jokic rose the level, AD couldn't match him. And you would like to think, especially comparing it to the bubble, but obviously Jokic has improved since then, and it seems that AD has declined. And obviously the talk was that AD is the Lakers' best player, and hoping that AD could go an extra level to match Jokic. And there's other ways the game was won or lost, but that's kind of what it came down to. Obviously, the duo of Jamal and the Joker were better than LeBron and AD, especially in the clutch. Their role players were better. There's only two of LA's role players came to play properly. Reeves and Hachimura, where with the Nuggets, you had KCP, MPJ,
Jeff Green
gave minutes. Jeff Green gave decent minutes. Aaron Gordon. You had a lot of guys that were doing a lot of things. And Lakers, it would have been interesting to see if what's his name, Bambo could have been fit to give more minutes, take the pressure off AD.
I don't know what you would have done. You just put him in the pick and roll, and it would have been Bamba versus Murray, and it would have been barbecue chicken on the perimeter.
Against Murray, but another body, to give AD some rest, some spell.
But in the playoffs, you only end up playing 8 or 7 guys.
You do, but obviously, depending on the matchups, it may change. Because obviously,
they played Tristan Thompson. He gave some quality minutes.
That's what's the thing. The thing is, LeBron even tried defensively. To be fair,
he did. He moves his feet, gets his body in the way. He's a big man, so.
What they did in the last game, I wish they went to it more, especially in game 3 where LeBron decided to guard Jamal Marcus. Schroeder couldn't really deter Murray.
But Murray was getting at what he wanted on LeBron. To be fair, he doesn't have the quickness of feet.
But that's that switch, because obviously LeBron is more.
Yeah, he can hold up in switches
against the Joker. But they say LeBron's injured. We'll see what he does in the off season.
Tell him to stop changing that narrative. You know how he controls that. Yesterday he said he's thinking about retirement, as if LeBron would just retire in the off season.
That was a good night to switch, because that took the attention away from them actually getting swept, and obviously the pressure for the Lakers. But we'll see. Good old Shannon Sharp says, if you're on it for the play, I don't want to hear no excuses about injury. So
obviously he's gonna go away from him. I just got swept. But as soon as he said retired, he was like, "Yep, we know what it is." I think it's just a play, so they get Kyrie. And if they get Kyrie, they lose Austin. They lose Reeves. They lose Hachimura. They lose Russell.
But they can keep one of them.
Probably keep Reeves.
Thing is,
or Vanderbilt as well. They lose like 5 guys.
That's annoying, because this series shows that they needed someone like Kyrie. However, I don't think Kyrie is worth losing Vanderbilt, Rui, and Russell.
Vanderbilt didn't even end up playing. They do not play. It's DMP. It was DMP in that game. Ended up just being useless. Losing Hachimura is obviously not. He's not a starter. He's just like off the bench, like cooking scorer. Like he cooks off the bench, so that's a bench piece. Reeves can play the pick and roll, can do multiple things. Actually, Reeves very much impressed me. This player, he told me that he's a good starting quality kind of player. Plays aggressively. They lose Reeves. That I feel like what you do, you get Kyrie to replace Reeves, because he's a high upgrade of the type of player. Because Reeves is not a standing in the corner kind of shooter guy. You might think of it because of his profile and what it looks like, but that's not what his game is. He's a pick and roll.
He gets involved.
Yeah, gets involved. Yeah, it's aggressive. So, what does Reeves and Kyrie work? Do you keep one? I just don't understand that kind of combination.
The reason, it's your backcourt.
Yeah,
I think. I mean, there may be a bit too many ball handlers, but I mean, they could both play off the ball and shoot. Reeves defends.
I don't mind. Kyrie leave. Dallas will probably get better.
But it depends about the other pieces they get to fit around. They'll need defenders, and Rui defends, Vanderbilt defends. I think Rui is especially important, especially when I saw like LeBron. Rui can take up all the matchups in a small forward, power forward era of the elite players there, especially in the regular season. I would like to think that they probably take a gamble on AD coming better offensively and Reeves taking a step up.
Yeah, it's a big gamble, man. Who even knows if AD will be fit?
But if you bring on Kyrie, you lose the depth. Unless you can get suitable depth.
Well, they're exploring this Trae Young trades. I don't understand that.
Trae Young defensively is too much of a mismatch for my liking.
Oh, yeah, man, he can handle that ball, man. Offensively, he's so good.
He can. LeBron's too old to cover up for his.
AD can cover up there.
It's too much of a mismatch for my liking. Unless you have a team that's full of elite defenders all around, LeBron's too old for that on a consistent basis. Reeves is okay, and who'll be the other guy? I don't know who the other guy will be, but nah, man. I like to say they keep the core guys here and try, and maybe I could say even get rid of anyone, get rid of D'Angelo.
God, man, they don't cost themselves a lot of money just by being crap.
I think in the first 2 series it was alright, but he's just inconsistent. At the moment, it's not good enough. Actually, no. The first season,
I knew
he was inconsistent in both series.
I knew from last pairs when Minnesota were benching him in the clutch games against Memphis. I was like, bro, this guy's like, it's quite an expensive player. How are you benching D'Angelo Russell? So I was like, kind of started to question him, and guys really don't like him, man. Guys don't really rate him. They don't rate his game, they don't rate what he does. So it is what it is.
I'm trusted. But Eastern Conference, talk to me.
He knows Heat culture, man. It's all about the Heat culture. It's about what Jimmy Butler can do. It's about what his force of will. What he does. It makes it a man on scrap. Kind of takes it away from being basketball and says who wants it more. And Jimmy Butler's taken away the Boston's will.
Takes away their heart.
Took away the heart.
I've got a question for you. Who's more important to the Heat? Eric Spoelstra or Jimmy Butler?
I think it's actually Spoelstra, you know.
He's proven to be once again the best coach in the game, or definitely one of. And here's another point that's a bit off tangent, but it's still related to the topic, especially we just dissected the Western Conference. Eric Spoelstra is that great coach that LeBron had in his career. And
Is he the greatest?
He may be, and Ty Lue may end up being the second great coach that LeBron's had in his career, because obviously they say, LeBron's never had a great coach, which is false. Because if you look at, because people like when they compare Jordan, say, he didn't have no, what's the name of his coach? The one,
Phil Jackson.
They have no Phil Jackson, all that sort of stuff. Yes, Phil Jackson was a rookie coach, I believe, when he took on the Bulls. So was Eric Spoelstra when he came to the Heat with LeBron, and they won 2 chips. But LeBron left the Heat before Eric Spoelstra could, pick up the amount of rings and the hardware that Phil Jackson did. And obviously, Eric Spoelstra has had the luxury of coaching someone like Shaq and Kobe after to further increase his rings. But he's shown that since LeBron's left, his teams are being competitive. Got to numerous conference finals, looking to get to I believe his second final. Obviously, he didn't win a ring last year, obviously against LeBron. But if he wins a ring again, he's definitely LeBron's great coach that he's had. And that lack of coach argument won't be as impactful as it once was.
I think Ty Lue, obviously, for his adjustments, he's always ready to try stuff. He makes the team go. So that's why people consider him to be a great coach. And then in terms of Spoelstra, he tries a variety of different things. He's not willing. He doesn't have just a plan A. He has multiple plans.
Plan Z.
And he can go to different things, and he got buy-in as well. I think that's really, really important, and that's why I really respect Spoelstra as a coach. I thought the same about Nick Nurse. Spoelstra and Nick Nurse are very similar in that way. That's why I respect both of them in a way that they will try stuff you will never see. They'll mix it up, take it out of your comfort zone, and they're willing to do these things, which other coaches might not. And sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. But this playoffs, it seems to have worked for the Heat. The Heat are, I don't know, they're a magical run.
I mean, the coaching disparity from Mazzulla to Exposure is crazy.
And that's why the Celtics they're done in this series. Is like, think about the intensity. Udoka was not for slacking. He did not like slacking. And the Celtics needed someone to hold them accountable. And this is what's happened to them this series, is that they're not been held accountable. The only guys that really won it seems like Rob Williams and Grant Williams, and they're the guys that Mazzulla doesn't really take a favour into.
Yeah, the guys are trying to fight. I mean, on the surface, Tatum's numbers are decent, but in reality, again, in the clutch, same with like the Lakers, he's falling apart. Jaylen Brown's been really disappointing this series. Really, really disappointing. I think he's shooting under 40%, averaging like 16 points. Smart. I mean, they've all been underwhelming. That's what, and I think on paper they are arguably the most talented team in the NBA. But they've all been underwhelming. Jaylen Brown's been a bomb. Tatum, he's not a superstar. He's playing like a borderline star.
Yeah, man's done.
And
He's done in Boston.
What I would say, like you said about Bayern, all the players are engaged. Because you have guys like for the Heat that are outplaying like some of the Celtic stars. Like you have like Caleb Martin, you have Duncan Robinson playing really good minutes again, giving really, really good minutes again after last season. People were down on him. He's even making plays, taking the ball to the rim, so he's improved his handle and things of that nature.
Gabe Vincent
making shots, moving like who's he moving like? He's moving crazy from
the Steph Curry, dog.
He's moving like how Jordan Poole was last season. He's moving crazy. Kyle Lowry giving good minutes. Bam, this series is showing why he's an all-star.
Kevin Love has been spectacular, fam.
Kevin Love running back. The Shrews really good. A lot of undrafted players. I mean, they have more undrafted players than they do have lottery picks. It's crazy. Even Jimmy Butler's like a late, I think, first round. Yeah. So, I mean, I want the Heat to win if the final, if they were to get there.
I would want them. I think Denver in 5, man. I think the level of play I saw from Denver, I just don't see how the Heat. The Denver are well coached as well. That's why I respect them. That's why it's not like the disparity in the coaching is not enough for you to give Spoelstra all of this, like, give him praise. Because think about it, the Knicks played the Heat really well. The Knicks played the Heat. Yeah, 4-2. And it could have gone.
But remember, Butler was injured.
Butler was injured, but still 4-2, man. The Knicks played them really well. They played the others. They played the others out of it, basically.
Yeah, Butler was injured. I mean, if Butler's injured, I think that'll be a 5-game game. Obviously, you got to remember, doing this without a Hero and Victor Oladipo. So, and they guys that give you good minutes, especially Hero.
So what happens if Boston win the game 4? They go home. It's 3-1. Like, things can become a bit dicey. I can see Tatum and Brown saying, I don't want to lose. I want to at least win one. I don't want to get swept.
That's what they're saying. They're saying in the media saying right now, don't let us get one. If we get one, it's crazy. Like, they're talking too much. Like, someone's even reacted to my comment. I said they're doing too much talking.
They just need to get one, to be fair. Get one on the ball.
He says, so Smart said, don't let us get one. And Jaylen Brown said, don't let us win tonight. They just talk too much, man. Shut up, man.
But the thing is, why I would say that is that it changes the dynamic if you win one, because it's not no one's ever come back from 3-0 down. Someone's come back from 3-1 down. People have come back from 3-1 down. And what happens if you win a number? It's 3-2. Then it's a momentum thing.
Yeah, that's true.
That's what I would say, but I don't believe the Celtics will win this tonight. I just don't see it. Like, Mazzulla's saying that he needs to do.
Game 3.
Mazzulla's just chatting.
I watched Game 3 pretty much the most of it, and they were shooting. Everyone was making a shot. Like, they were hitting contested shot, obviously open shots. They were getting to the rim, they were getting anything they wanted, and the Celtics couldn't hit anything.
But it changes, man. It changes night from night. Maybe the Celtics will get lucky tonight. To be fair, the Celtics could be 2-1 up if they just execute better. If Mazzulla was just to have these guys in the shape, Mazzulla needs to hold these men accountable.
He's too soft for that.
Yeah.
It's crazy. He said he doesn't have their focus. Like, can't get them locked in. It's crazy. He even admitted that to the media.
It's Horford that has the focus. Horford's the one that talks every time out.
It's crazy.
For my team, TMG.